Stumbled across the PlayStation store today and actually seen that Formula 119 was on sale for $17, and I've been wanting this game forever. I played it on PS now. Really good, great game. NASCAR is my main focus. I do love running the sprint cars. I do like racing the Formula 1 cars, but right now while online's downloading, I figured I'd do a race, against the AI. Right now we're in qualifying mode, but
now we've all done a lot of work for this circuit on the simulator, but nothing beats real data. Bear in mind the car's capability changes based on track conditions.
I mean, I really don't need to practice too much because I know this. I'm glad I looked at that. We don't want hard tires in practice. We want to switch that to soft. But here's the car setting. I'm gonna give you guys my setup. That took me a little bit to make it. I'm on a wheel, so you might have to change a few things if you're on a controller, if you're liking. But load car setup, yes. All right, now let's view it. All right. The fuel load.
The car settings screen on your multifunction display will allow you to change
if you're just trying to set a straight hot lap, you want to set it to 2.8. If you're trying to set one really fast hot lap,
to the setting you want to
I'm not really worried about that. I have it as a race setup in here with 17.4 laps, but that's, like I said, if you're trying to set down just like one of them all-time fastest laps, take your full load all the way to the beginning. If not, if you're doing 15 lap race like I am, take it to about 17.4 in case, you can run your fuel trim a little higher on 3 if you have a little more fuel. Aerodynamics. 4 on the front wing works really well. 7 on the rear wing works pretty well. Transmission. Differential on throttle 50%, and then differential adjustments off throttle 85%. I have the inverted pro pedals that hang from the firewall. I mean, I can put them in F1 style where they're on the floor, but I like them the way they are in the NASCAR style. I got used to it. This is one thing that I've noticed at most tracks on your suspension. You actually just max out your left front, your front camber, and your rear camber, and then your toe all the way down. So it's right, left, almost at every track. This is going to depend on the track. I played around with these numbers, and this is like one of the main things you play around with when you're you want to have a good setup on this game. So I've played around with this a little. The anti-roll bar 6 and 4 I really like. The ride height, lower the ride height, the faster it's going to go. The higher, the more grip you're going to get. But it all depends on the track. Like at Monaco, you'd want to be somewhere up in there. Like I said, these are the main numbers that make your or break your setup in Formula 1 right here. Me personally, on the brakes, I like my brakes to be around 87. Brake bias around 51. Keeps it from locking up, and it kind of helps you. And when you're on the brake, it steers you in the corner a little bit. Tire pressures. The lower your tire pressures, the better grip you're going to get. More wear you're going to get. The higher your tire pressure, the more top speed you're going to get. But you're going to get higher tire temperatures. So in here, actually, from what I'm seeing, says softer tires have a larger surface area, meaning traction is improved at a cost to responsiveness. So my battery is already going low on my headset, and I charged it for a while. We're going to skip this. Let's see. Let's make sure we save it. Or load the car setup. Yes. It's the only one I got right now. So I'm not giving y'all no bogus setup. Alright. We're going to accelerate time. We don't even want to practice. We're just going to go straight into qualifying, straight into a race, because the battery on my headset is actually getting low. It's Did not. I thought I charged it for a little while longer than I did. So we might get one good race in here, hopefully. Now this is one thing also. I tried starting at the back with these guys on Expert. I mean, they're not all the way at 105 because it's not like NASCAR where with a custom setup you can hang on to them. These guys will still leave you. So I got it set at like 80, 85, and they're still extremely fast. They're going to give me a good race. But I tried starting at the back.
Drawn to a close, so let's review our top three.
It is really hard.
And Daniel Ricciardo.
Getting around the slow guys, they do not give you any respect on the track. So you do want to qualify. Starting at the back's not a good idea. You'll never catch the leader. I'm not saying I'm going to get a pole here. Really kind of not shooting for a pole.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne.
Alright, we're going to qualify real quick. We don't want to start in the back. Like I said, I've tried it just because I wanted to start at the back, see what happens. And it is, with these guys, is on the strength I got them set up, you're not going to catch them. So we'll just hopefully get us the top 3, top 5 starting spot. Sorry. And go from there. Australia is really actually a pretty easy track. Okay, that ghost out in front, that's the pole. That's my teammate, Valerie Bottas. Gotta pull this up. This makes a really huge difference. Right now I got my fuel set all the way to 4. That means you're gonna burn a crap load of fuel. It's qualifying mode, and my electronic is set on hot lap. So I'm pretty much getting everything I can out of the car. During the race, you can change all that. You can save a little bit of your stuff to the end of the race, and that's something you got to figure out. Alright, y'all hear that beep? You gotta hit L2. That's your DRS. You go about 10 mile an hour faster for a short period. We're hanging with Bottas, but like I said, these guys on hard are not easy to beat. Might end up getting a pole right there. Looks like he might have went off the track just a hair. We'll see. First or second.
Fantastic.
We'll start.
You've got pole.
We got the pole. Looked like at the very end he went off the track. Have not ever seen that, to be honest.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3.
I hit a 125.5. Not a bad lap, actually.
But we're really just getting started.
He hit a 125.6, so it's going to be close.
Tomorrow.
Didn't really want the pole. I might have to set it up a little harder. Like, I think I got it on like 88 right now. I tried 95 earlier and they smoked me. I was like, well, let's try 88. So I might have to split the difference somewhere in 93, somewhere in there. But I don't know. We'll see how they race, man. It could be a good race. I just want good racing out of it. If it's good racing, I'm happy. I just want to be challenged. I don't want to just walk off and lead every lap. That's not a challenge to me. And you don't get any faster when I race online. That don't help me any. Which I do actually have 2 online wins. It kept my record from when I had this on PS Now, when I purchased it. So out of 10 races, I actually won twice.
Welcome to Melbourne. You can hear the roar of the crowd out there, which can only mean one thing.
If you guys enjoy this, you know how kind of like, I guess you would say, explaining the setups in layman's terms. I could do the same thing on a NASCAR video.
The Melbourne circuit is certainly
I
one
could
that
lay
needs
out
to be taken
presets for you guys, how the presets work,
slippery surfaces and difficult
how
corners
customs
make
work,
it a tricky track
what
when
does
it comes
what,
to overtakes.
and kind of like
Find it
put
hard
it
to
in maybe
pass, and will
a
need to
better
take
way you
full
can
advantage
understand
of
it, I
those
guess you'd
DRS
say.
zones if they want to have any
Some
hope
of the
of breaking
setup
through.
guides are pretty hard to understand. I guess I can, do it, in like a simpler mode, but
It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat,
probably going to put out a
Davidson.
NASCAR video tomorrow. I took a break, man, because I ran a month solid. Right now, I'm just kind of waiting on them emails. Everybody is. It's kind of like waiting on a tax refund.
Is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts.
After Sunday getting level wrecked in my league race on lap 1, ended up finishing 3 laps down because never had a chance to fix our car. With no stages, never had a caution.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying
first
session,
pit stop, I think it was like a 24-second pit stop. It was one of the worst races I've ever raced.
On pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row.
I qualified like 15th out of 24, so my strategy with Kansas was just to hang back and chill until the last 20-30 laps. Well,
you've done well to put it on pole.
I never got that
still
chance.
Got work to do. Trying to cover the inside line off the start.
But this is how if you don't take off right here, you will just get your race strategy. You always want to pick the fastest one. You want to manage your tires and or as least pit stops possible. So I always pick this one. The high tire management projected. That means I'm gonna have to drive a little bit conservatively to make my tires last. This one's saying I can drive all out. It don't matter. As hard as I want to drive is what it's pretty much saying. But it's going to be 4 seconds slower with lap strategy, which don't make no sense. But we'll go with this saving tire strategy a little bit. Then back. Alright, start race. Alright. You want to engage your clutch. You're holding your clutch, holding your clutch, holding your clutch. Let off. So all you gotta do is hold your right paddle in and then let go as soon as that green light comes on. We got someone on the inside, so you gotta take turn 1 kind of carefully. See, right now I'm in standard fuel mode, and I actually got mine. We're gonna go down here and save some of our electronic for when we need it for later in the race. Right now we're at 88%. Let's put it on low for right now. We'll just save a little. Let's hope my mic actually lasts for this whole race. We get 15 laps.
That's a decent start. Good job.
I honestly thought the AI was going to be harder than this. I might have to just go ahead and take them up some more. I want it to be a challenge. I'm manually doing all that downshifting, guys. I got it set to where it's automatic, but I find that when I brake and it still lets me downshift myself, that it's faster. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I like to manually downshift. Like I said, it automatically does all the upshifting, but I'm manually downshifting. Actually, they're starting to catch me a little bit, so they might be just pacing themselves. So I might have it on a perfect difficulty for myself, actually. Be running around 127 lap times. Right now we're kind of saving fuel. We're not burning our electric up either. You can save power in this game. Like, I'm at 99%, so let's take it up to where I want to overtake. Now that I'm using it now, and took it back down. take it back down, we'll build it back up. It's 88%. That's the key to these online races and league races I'm fixing to be in, because on here I'm gonna have to, there's a whole bunch of leagues to choose from that you can just go in, join, if it's public or private, and I'm gonna be trying to find a really good private league, something like comparable to Giggity, a fast, clean league to be in. Some of the best racing I've done is on this game. I mean, it's right there with NASCAR. They're kind of sticking with me, so I'm gonna actually increase my pace a little bit and see if they stick with me still. I took my fuel range up to 3, so now I'm going to be burning more fuel. 2 is kind of this level. Now I'm going to set my energy to overtake. Actually, it's a lot to do on the wheel at the same time as trying to drive. I'm going to put on hot laps. That's going to give us a whole lap of like extra electrical bursts, I guess. ERS is what they call it. I used to run it on automatic, but I found there's times where I've been trying to chase somebody down where on manual it helps if I set it to overtake. If I have some left, automatically it just evenly distributes it all the way through the whole lap. So it's just, I found that there's times where I need it playing online against some of these guys that are just really, really good. Like I said, this should be a pretty good lap right here. Felt like a good lap. Let's see. 128,
That's a new fastest lap for the race.
We should be at 127. These motors, they have scaled back the horsepower compared to last year, so last year I was hitting like 126s, I think, at this track, but it could be this setup. I don't have it as well as I had last year's Formula 1 2018. I've noticed the engines are a little quieter on 2019. The driving, the physics are phenomenal. I mean, I think NASCAR's physics are phenomenal too. I mean, this is road course racing, that's oval racing. Big difference. But as you can see, since I put my fuel up to 3 and turned my electrical mode up, I kind of checked off on these guys.
Data shows the tyres are okay right now. We anticipate good levels of grip for the next few laps at least.
Okay, they're saying I'm burning my tires up. Let's check them. Got a pretty decent lead right now. I got 25, 17, 17. Okay. Check our motor's doing good. You hit circle to do that. No damage. Okay. So now we're saving energy again. Save a little fuel.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
Man, I wish I could just I'd have to start the race all over to make them a little harder. I kind of want to do that. I'll put a little gap on them. Just the hour that I played the game, I haven't played it for a week.
Caution.
There's a caution out.
Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead.
There's a red car in front of us.
Green flag.
Pretty smooth lap here. Shouldn't get somewhere around the same kind of lap time. Ooh, overran that corner a little bit. This is the main corner right there. You can get out of that corner fast, and you're on. Yeah, that was a 128. I can actually change my wing angle right here for the next pit stop right here if I wanted to. That's where you can actually speak it in the microphone. I can go box this lap.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
You hit square and box this lap, and you'll hit this lap. Cancel.
Couldn't receive that. Repeat the message.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You hit square and you talk into the mic. Okay, guys. Right. I let my mic charge for a minute and pitted. It's probably going to go dead again, so I'm going to turn it down a little, so maybe it'll make it through the race. As you can see, my ERS, we're not using any right now. We have a lap and a half of fuel saved. Came in pits first,
after these tires
coming
now.
out first.
We want to finish the race on this compound.
We switched to a softer tire. It does show that I have some sort of damage. Check. I do not see any kind of damage here. I can see my brakes getting a little hot. I end up totaling my car looking at all this. It's so hard to drive and do everything you gotta do on this game. It really is. Right now I got my electronic system at low. Just turn it off, save some in case we need it. We got our fuel mix at 2, which that's pretty much even. It's not burning. We can turn it to lean right now since we have a decent little lead. They're not too far behind me.
This energy. Increase the ERS deployment.
Okay, they want me to go up on the ERS. So let's use some. Like I said, if we're gonna do that, we gotta go up on the gas tube instead of hot lap. This corner right here makes or breaks your lap. I think our fastest lap was like a 127. Let's see if we can break it. I got everything set up on high. Drive it pretty hard here.
You're losing 2 seconds a lap to the car behind. 2 seconds.
Okay, so the car behind us picked up his pace by 2 seconds. That's these strategy moves. He might be on a different tire compound than me, so we might want to run hard because he will be coming. I have to set the AI up a little more. I mean, I got it on expert mode right now.
4.8 seconds.
95, but I tried to start dead last with them on 100, and literally they walked off from me. So I was like, well, maybe I'll try a race on 95 and see how that goes. And I'm actually about 2 seconds ahead. I don't like that. I like to be challenged a little more than this. So Mike may go dead before the race is over. Got 5 laps to go. Let's see here. That's the key corner. Alright, our ERS is down to 35%, so let's take it back down, build some more up. Yeah, we just ran at 127. Okay, see? That electronic build up, it really helps a lot. And let's go ahead and cut our fuel trim down to 2. We're only 3/4 of a tank ahead on fuel right now, so save a little bit. The Ferraris are actually coming behind me. I see them on my track mode, getting a little closer. Let's see how we're doing with our tire.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Really nice. Only 5 and 8%. On a T150, man, this thing just kind of drives itself. I don't know. That's the best way I can explain it. You still got to drive it, but treat it like a real race car. When you come into the corners, you see, like, I'm literally on the brakes, downshifting, 1, 2, 3, you know? Don't overrun your corners. Right there, I don't even hit the brake, I just let off. Close through. This is a really hard brake on 1, 2, 3. This is the key corner right there. Got out of that corner brake. Alright, let's set another hot lap. 129. See the difference in the fuel mode and the ERS? I mean, probably 2 seconds difference right there. Let's try to run another 127 or 126 here, which could hurt me in the end because these guys might catch me if I end up burning a little too much fuel, but I can take it. Ooh, I got a little loose right there. So far, in Sector 1, there's not nothing compared to my best lap time. So I think the smart move right here would be go back down, save a little bit of our stuff in case these guys catch us. They come out of nowhere sometimes. Like I said, I got it on expert mode, and they could be saving the last 2 laps, just come up here and all out burn me. I had them on 100 earlier, like I said, I couldn't keep up with them, so I set it down to 95 thinking, well, that'd be about perfect, and now they can't keep up with me, so I gotta kind of find the difference here. Probably around 98 is what I'm thinking. That was 129. It's just like NASCAR. Once your tires are a little warm, then you're not going to get the, once your tires are a little warm, you're not going to cut fast laps all day. Lap times are going to go down a little. I'm saving a little bit of fuel and my electronic box, so I'm going to try to cut a try to hit 126 before the race is over. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. We got 2.5 laps to go, but we got enough fuel to try to cut that 1 hot lap. Coming around this time, let's go ahead and get our fuel trim ready. There's so much on a wheel, I guess even on a controller it'd be hard to do everything. Alright, going, hit the right directional key after we get out of this corner.
Let's increase ERS deployment to
going up on the ERS too. We gotta get 5 clicks on that. So hot lap. Alright. Here we go. Let's see if we can set a good lap here. Try to cut up 126. Hit a lot of 127s instead of hit a 126. Trying to hit one before the race is over.
Moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
It'll tell me to come down on my fuel mix. If I'm burning too much fuel, I might run out. But I'm gonna take the chance. I want to see if this is a 126. I don't think it's gonna be. I'm driving it really hard trying.
This is your final lap of the race. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. Nice work, that's P1. Race win. Well done.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today. An incredible performance.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.